So I just got here at Seminole State Forest. I'm about to drive into my campsite, and when I get there, I'm going to set up camp. I had to use a gate code to get in, and I have to put my permit that I acquired via email in my dashboard when I get there, so they know that I'm allowed to be here. And then when I get there, I'll show you camp and show you where I'm setting up. Right now, I got to take a drive down this dirt road that I'm going to give you guys a peek at. Hey, so we made it, Blackwater Creek campsite. We're back here. I have to do a clothing change because I am just wearing regular apparel. I'm going to do a quick clothing change and then come back, and we're going to take a walk back there. And you guys are going to have to really bear with me with this thing because I have no clue how to use it. It's just, yeah. So, yeah. Okay, get back here. Get back here. We're here. All right, yes, so I'm going to change my clothes. I'll be right back. Okay, I am saying goodbye to the truck. Old Trusty. We're going to go and we're going to hike in to the campsite, Blackwater Creek. And you're probably wondering, why are we here? What is the purpose of being at Seminole State Forest? Well, Seminole State Forest has, it's kind of parallel to Boulder Springs Run, which is a very popular spring in Florida. And a lot of people don't know that in the Seminole State Forest, there's a lot of smaller little springs all throughout here. And if you go off trail and you don't mind getting your feet wet, you could find them. So that's why I'm here. Right now it's Friday night and I'm doing this hike in and I'm gonna set up camp. But once I do have camp set up, I might have a little time to explore tonight, but if not, I'm gonna get started bright and early in the morning, and I'm going to start exploring off trail using GPS coordinates, and I'm going to find these hidden springs. Hidden, I mean, they're here. There's GPS coordinates, but I will say that, look at me, a lot of people don't know about them and have no clue that this is here. So you guys will get to see a little bit of that behind the scenes with me, and I hope you enjoy it. And this is where we will be camping the next 2 nights. Look at this. This is the creek down here. First of all, let's pan this way. We got benches, fire ring, picnic table. And then we're going to walk down to the creek. So this is Blackwater Creek. Got some wood in the fire pit, just a little bit. Just gonna run a fire for a short while tonight. And then I got my tent set up. My tent is a 2-person Gossamer gear. It's super easy to set up with the trekking poles. I've got my sleeping bag. Let's unzip it. I've got my my Thermarest sleeping quilt because I don't really like a sleeping bag. It does get chilly in really cold temps, but right now I don't have to worry about it. The Thermarest sleeping pad is insulated, and I always bring a book with me because at night I like to read in the tent. So tonight this is the reading material for future. That's really all I pack beside food and some change of clothes. If it were cold weather, I'd pack some extra layers, gloves, whatnot, but really this is it. It's minimalist camping. That's what we got going. I found it. So it's coming from under here. This is where it's bubbling from. Let's see. So I will definitely be getting water from here tomorrow. And I'm going to follow this back real quick so you can trace it with me. So this is Shark Tooth Spring. It'll be a great water source for sure. I think I'll start my day here. All right. And now I am gonna start my night hike back to camp, because this is what I do. Making my favorite breakfast. I always pack oatmeal, dried fruit that I put in the oatmeal. Now, instant coffee is not my favorite, but it's the easiest. So what I do is I bring hot chocolate to make it taste better, and this has Lucky Charm marshmallows, so I make it all bougie and fancy. This is my pocket stove. This is all you need to bring. It's all super light. These are available. The pocket stove is on Amazon. I could definitely link to that. Fill that up with some water and get her going. Then I'll make my oatmeal, eat it, and start my day. We're gonna start early today finding some springs. Boop, boop. So this is Moccasin Springs. This, you see how clear this water is? So I'm gonna walk around this spring. I'm gonna see if I can find where it bubbles from. Like, where is the actual spring itself? Like, I'm not seeing any bubbling here, but this is definitely the cleanest, clearest area of it. So I'm gonna walk around for a minute and see what I can find. See if I can spot it. So pretty though. The swamps in Florida, these swampy areas are literally my favorite. Look at how beautiful. The sun shining off the water. Literally so dope. Pretty. I made it back here to Boulder Springs. You definitely had to trek like completely off trail to get to this one. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you where it's bubbling. Let me get to that and learn how to use this thing, and I will show you what I found. Hold on, let me track to it. There was also some animal poop back here, which I can't ID quite yet. I'm not like that level of outdoorsy expert yet. But it's just, you know, it's fresh water. Animals need it too. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the bubbling now. And let's check it out. And that is the bubble. You can see little fishies in there too. Oh, it feels so cool. I can actually feel it. It goes deep too. Oh, when you stick your hands in it, it kind of vibrates a little. How cool. And it actually feels pretty warm, especially compared to like the temperatures today. And then there goes animal poop, unID'd. I'm sure they got a nice little drink. Okay, let's see some water. Excellent. Alrighty. Ooh, look at it. How beautiful. So it's bubbling from in there. I like the little blue algae and everything. So I'm gonna walk through here a little bit and check this out. It's a bubble. Right there. Bubble. Let's go over there and touch it. Safely. Alright. Definitely a bubble. Also a bubble. There's actually like a hole in the ground here that goes deep. We're bubbling, and that water is so warm. Nice. This is such a pretty spring run. This actually goes for quite a while, and they have like toggle, toggle, toggle. They've got toggle bridges out here so you can explore this waterway. And look, even behind me, like, it runs all the way back. So I'm gonna hang out here a while and really check it out. I'm gonna walk along this spring run and see what we got, see if I spot anything super cool. I like it though. I like it a lot. Okay, so I am walking back to Marquis Springs. Marquis Springs, there's like a minor and a major. Right now I should be looking at the major spring, the main bubble, the main start of the spring. But if I walk along here, I should be able to find another. And this is really beautiful. Look at this. Yeah, and I'm gonna walk all along here. I'm gonna explore all this for a little. Let's see if we can check out this area over here. So, saw the little fishies. Okay, so I am like deep in here now. I'm gonna let you follow me on the way out. On the way in, I was a little bit sketchy. I had to feel it out. But this is Marquis Springs, which I showed you in the video before this. I was trying to get to like Marquis Springs Minor, but I actually have to be on the other side for that, it looks like. So I'm gonna head over that way. But I mean, this is pretty back here. Literally just swamp. So pretty, but with really clear water, you know. So let me trek my way back through the woods, which is going to be fun, and I'll let you watch. So I am trekking my way back to the start of Marquis Springs. It definitely is like heavily wooded. I had to like climb over some large tree stumps that were down and pretty mushy. I'm working my way back now, and I'm going to have to climb over that tree stump again. And then I'm going to try to get to the other side here, because the other side is where I want to access. Let's see. This is where I got to climb up. Oh, I want to turn it. I'm going to turn it. Okay, so we're going to climb up this stump and back to the major spring. And I gotta watch when I'm stepping on this, because it's really mushy. See, sinking. But see, look how pretty this is. All right, so I'm gonna work my way down, slow and steady. Pretty big trees. All right, let's get over here. Submerge. Try to fill it up as much as you can. Not going to be the prettiest. I'm getting there. Alright, I think that's about as full as I'm going to get this. So then you attach your Sawyer Squeeze to the top. And I always use smart water bottles. I reuse them as well. I don't just use them for one trip. So what I'm gonna do here is put it in between my legs so I can keep it steady. And then after you're done squeezing that out, which I'm gonna redo a couple of times, you are gonna be ready to drink. This is going to be way better for you than anything store-bought. I can guarantee this is fresh from the earth, like as good as it gets. So I'm going to enjoy this, and then in a minute I'm going to show you the rest of Boulder Springs. So I'm at Boulder Springs, and oddly enough, it's called Boulder Springs because it comes out of a boulder. It comes out of the boulder way back in there, which is pretty cool. And then this spring is stunning as well. So this is Boulder Springs Run. I'm gonna walk through here. Super shallow, which is nice. Like I could just walk through it. And if I go down here further, there should be a Boulder Springs Minor Run. Another bubble up here somewhere, which I'm gonna look for. But we're getting deeper now, so I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, so Helen Springs is gonna be the least visited smaller spring out here in these woods. It is gonna be, if you can see what I got going on around me, it's gonna be me doing this for a couple miles. But it's the larger one, and I feel like it'll be worth it. So I'm gonna head out there. I've got plenty of hours in the day left, and I'm gonna keep trekking through this. I'll be crossing like a sulfur swamp at some point, and I'm not quite sure how murky, swampy, mushy that's gonna be. But at that point I'll assess if I should turn around and take another direction in, or if I'm just gonna work with it and just trek through it. So here I go. Just shortly into this. I mean, if you can see around me, like I'm in the woods, y'all. Like this is the woods, okay? This is the current situation. Dense brush forest, palm forest with oaks and stuff too. So I am going to go to Helen Springs. I'm determined. Okay, so that was a nope. I read about this. There's a sulfur swamp back there, and depending on the time of the year, it could be super deep. And I got back there, and it wasn't too deep, but you sunk in the mud, like really, really bad. I'm gonna take a picture of my legs. And then when I crossed a certain area, I saw a really scary brown nope rope, and I was like, oh hell no. So based on what I researched, there's another way to enter, and you have to enter from behind the sulfur swamp, and it's not as murky on that side. So I'm gonna walk back to camp now, rest for a little bit, and then I'm gonna take my truck to the other side of the sulfur swamp. And I still have plenty of daylight hours, so I'm going to see if I can get to Helen Springs from that way. I will update y'all. All right, on the way back to camp, I stopped at Blue Algae Springs, just slightly off trail, really easy trek. And look at this. This is kind of cool how it's coming out of the ground. Can't wait to show you. Look. This is where it's bubbling from, that little hole. This is much more pleasant than my wet feet hike on the way to find Helen Springs, which we're going to do a take 2 of. On my journey to find Helen Springs, take 2, I am now trekking through a different type of terrain. I'm coming around the backside, and if you look, this is all really dry, really dense, like scrub terrain. And this is what's interesting about Florida to me, is how the different terrains just back themselves up to each other. So I'm going to trek myself through this, and hopefully I update you with Helen Springs. Well, see how dense that is? Oak hammock. And then see when I turn this way? Palm scrub. So, I found it. I found Helen Spring, and it is big. Look at this big boy. Seriously, so pretty. So it took me quite a bit to get out here. I'm kind of like spent. I'm going to hang out here for a while. We've got a while before nightfall, so I'm going to hang out here and really enjoy my find, since this was the main reason I was here, and soak it in a little bit. I'm going to show you some videos. So pretty. This is where it bubbles from. It looks like they, look at the blue algae. See it? And the little fishies, and it looks like they monitor it. Gorgeous. I kind of want to go in. Helen Springs is actually coming up from a cave, from a cavern. Pretty cool. I'm just now sitting down after a really busy day. I'm gonna sit here until sun completely sets and it gets dark, and then I will make my campfire. But these are the peaceful moments that I really enjoy being out here alone. So I'm gonna put the phone down, unplug, unwind, listen to the sounds around me, and then make a really big ass fire, you know. That's the only way to do it right. A really big fire. So I'll take a picture of that fire and I'll share it with y'all later. I hope you enjoyed being a part of this experience with me, and I can't wait to share more with y'all.